Yo, yo, yo. What's good, y'all? How y'all doing? I appreciate y'all tuning in to another episode of Matchmaker. Y'all already know. I say the usual. Hit the like button for me. Definitely show your support. I thank y'all for being in. Tonight I will have a guest on with me. Basically co-host with me. It's a lot of things that actually transpire. I want to talk a little bit about youth football, a little bit about the East Side Babies, a little bit about just some of everything, right? But I want to start off by saying I am very frustrated from last night. A couple things. One of the things is I had to remind myself that first of all, this is a channel that's for the kids, right? It's for the babies. We building the platform, but it's still for the babies. And I don't mind talking to the adults because the adults are the ones who have the children that can, come bring here at any time. So, I decided to entertain the adults as well. But the one thing I have to make sure that happens is that we're all on one accord, right? No, not limited amount of cursing. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be to a point to where the kids, which is their channel, can watch something because there's too much cursing. Now I still continue the same format, still bring the coaches on, but I don't want to make it to where the kids can't watch it. So I'm gonna make sure that the guest moving forward is able to just basically have a professional type of interview or whatever. Now you could do a little bit of cussing, but the way last night it can't be because a couple reasons. It can flag the channel. That's number one. Then the other thing, it'll prevent kids from having the opportunity to watch the channel as well. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. But man, I'm telling you, I am more confused still. There's no date set. Um, there was a lot of, I want to say, back and forth, no results. So, I'm still at a loss. So moving forward, when it comes to Coach Mark, I ain't gonna want to hear about no so icy. And when it comes from so icy, I don't want to hear about no damn rare breed. Only thing I want to hear is that that the game was made and the date that it's gonna be played. You feel me? But T Street was good. Coach Tim was good. Ballhead Sports, shout out to you. Was good. Pop Brown was good with you. He said, he says, let's support the program. He said, hit that like button, right? Subscribe to the channel. Hey man, appreciate it. Coach KD was good. Low was good with you. He said, what can they teach you? Cause hey, I can't read that. Avery was good. He says that's what they want, Ken. Now I feel it, but we still gotta tone it down, bruh. We can't we can't be at each other, throat and stuff like that to where the kids can't watch it. You know what I'm saying? And then like I'm all for, a little bit of it, but then, when it become excessive, then we gotta say something. But look, man, this is what I took from last night. And quote me if I'm right. I mean, if I'm wrong or not. I take it as Coach Coach Mark is basically utilizing the platform the way it's supposed to be used. But I don't think that he really wanted the game. That's what it comes off to me. It comes off to me as that, I'm not like tonight, we're gonna be free flowing. I got somebody else coming on, like I said, right? It takes that he didn't want the game, it takes that both of them didn't want the game. Like somebody said, they said that he's happy that he's scared, and this other person happy that the person is afraid as well. So yeah, one is scared, one happy that the other one is scared. So that's what I seen, man. Cause I'm like, all right, cool, we got a day set. They like, nah, man, we ain't like, bro, what are we talking about then? What are we talking about? to the biggest says, he says, you think he's scared. I'm not saying that he's scared, but one thing I am saying is that youth football is feeling a little bit too politickish to me. And it shouldn't be no politics in youth football. Either you want to play or you don't. You can't call a man out to come on the platform, and then when he come on the platform, turn around and say, man, I ain't got time for this. Nah, bro, we not gonna, we can't do that, bro. What we gonna do is we gonna figure out a date. We want to play that date. We want to see a game made on that date. We're gonna build the anticipation for that date, and then we're gonna play some ball. But it ain't no on my terms and all that, bro. This is the channel for the games to be made. This ain't the channel for games to be played, though. You feel what I'm saying? Meaning that if y'all don't have any intentions on playing, don't come here. If y'all really want some games to be played and made, this is the place where I'm trying to do that. But when we on some little politics stuff, I told y'all, I don't have no horse in the race. I don't care who win. I don't care who win. I don't care who lose. I don't care. I just want to see the game. He says, hey, man, so my whole thing is if we gonna play, we gonna play. But y'all gotta remember, we remember everything that y'all say, even if I forget. See, they don't know y'all. They don't know that y'all some supporters, and y'all gonna remind me anyway. If I forgot to say something, y'all gonna be like, nah, that ain't what he said, Ken. All right, nah, Ken, you remember he said this? So by default, y'all not gonna even allow me to not keep it 100 at all. So my whole thing is, bro, I'm not here to play no games, bro. I'm here for the kids. You know what I'm saying? We already know these are moments that the kids going to memorize for the rest of their life. You know what I'm saying? Both of these organizations are really good, are great organizations. And, we want to see the game, bro. But I'm not trying to hear. I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this now. I don't care one lick about a person saying, oh, you got to play here. You got to play there. In fact, I don't care. Only thing I want to know is, okay, the day set. Oh, what's the location? What's the time? All right, cool. All right, I'm going to be there. I'm going to promote. I'm going to help promote. I'm going to do all the stuff that I supposed to do for them babies, right? I'm going to do that. Y'all see, I ain't got no problem. Whether I know you or not, I have no problem helping promote, any type of venue or event, because at the end of the day, it's for the kids, right? So, like I say, I'm more lost now than I have been, in a while. So, it was very frustrating. But speaking of the politics, now a lot of people have been telling me, Ken, man, they be doing a lot of politics, man, a lot of political players don't play because of politics. Or this person don't get in because this person know this person and this person know that person. Bro, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If that happened in my face, bro, I'm going to expose you. I'm gonna just be flat out honest with you. I think people forgot who I'm really in this for. I'm in it for my babies, bro. Any coach can get the straight, and y'all know that. I told y'all I'm gonna give y'all back me. Ain't nobody above this train that I'm riding. Nobody. You feel what I'm saying? So I these still my guys. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if y'all thought that I gave Coach Mark favorable treatment, or y'all thought that I'm giving So Icy favorable treatment, or that I'm giving the Georgia Falcons favorable treatment, y'all can cancel that now. That's out. Because at the end of the day, I'm trying to be cordial. Then y'all say I'm too nice with it, letting too much stuff go. And then I just figured out people have no limit. They will go as far as you allow them. So guess what? None of them is above reproach. None of them above criticism at all. But I say this. I'll also say this. We still ain't got no game scheduled. Coach, because I'm gonna say all the stuff that I heard. I heard Coach Cal say that I'm willing to be your spring game. Okay. I heard Coach Mark say that he is available July 13th. But I do know for a fact that Coach Cal has a game for July 13th. This is what I heard. So basically, what I heard is that they ain't playing each other when it all boils down to it. You feel what I'm saying? They all boil down to it. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, bro, all that plan, that politics, I'm all for the the back and forth. I'm all for that. But if the end result is not for the game to be played and just to come on here and just to be on here, bro, that's out. That's out. That's out. I just want people because even Coach Rashawn Melvin, right? He like, man, Coach Pop and them, they put too much stipulations, man. They keep moving the goalposts. But the last time I had them on here, what did they say? July 12th or July 27th or something like that, or 29th or something. That's what they said. That's what was stated. So why, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to front with you. I did have a conversation. I said that Coach Sean come out here to play in a war zone. Y'all win the war zone. Bro, y'all should play them hands down. It ain't nothing else to talk about after that. But now I'm hearing that Dallas Elite is added to the schedule. Like, bro, I'm not trying to hear that no more, bro. I'm not trying to hear that, bro. Take the politics out of the youth football, bro. Play the damn game. Hashtag play the damn game. I don't know how many times I have to say that. But definitely, like I say, definitely hit that like button. It's crazy, bro. I should never start a live with two of the individuals and be more confused at the end than I was in the beginning. That should never happen. Ever. Both of these teams are, they're playing for legacy. Even though it's youth football, they're still playing for legacy. How is it legacy? Because So Icy is one of them ones. So Icy is a really great team, right? I've seen Coach Cal build this team up. I'm not going to take nothing away from him for the sake of rare breed. And for the rare breeds, I'm not going to take nothing away for So Icy. I'm not going to do that. So if y'all feel like I'm biased, then go ahead. Say that I'm biased. I'm biased. I'm so biased that I'm neutral for everybody. I'm so biased that I don't care who wins. That's how biased I am. It don't matter who wins. Because at the end of the day, we still got to respect the champs. I know I be talking mess and I be giving Bessemer a hard time. It's because they have shown time and time again that they're built for this. They're built. It'll be boring if I sit there and talk about Bessemer winning every single year, because when they go to the championship, they end up outclassing everybody that they play. I don't care if they win by 6, they win. The one thing that people don't understand, the experience that they able to help create with those kids. The thing that I do care about is that with Coach Mark, I will give it its flowers. The man gets a lot of them kids to high school, despite what people try to say. Oh man, they already ready. No, bro, I didn't see like even Big Ocho, right? That played for City Life. Even he learned a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I know they didn't practice and all that other stuff, but there's other things that must be learned in order to ascend to another level. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? I got my guest. We're good, Drico.
What it do, my boy?
Nothing much, man. Just talking about the I'm on, the politics and youth football, and then I was recapping about yesterday, just telling them folks, man, I'm more confused I was more confused after the live than I was starting off. You know what I'm saying? And everything was said except for play the damn game or the date.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a lot of that going on, man.
Facts. And the reason why I hold people like this to a certain standard, Drico, and I get on them and I keep saying the same name because guess what? If they do it, everybody else will follow suit. Everybody. So if the big team, is moving a certain way, other teams are going to try to believe that they act like as if they are them are on their level, and they're going to follow suit too. They're not going to play the games as well.
Yeah, see that with that though, I think they gonna see each other because they both got the same like admirations. They both trying to go battle YNC. So they both gonna probably be. I don't know if they'll meet up and see each other and play. I hate that they be trying to wait until that type stage. You know what I mean? I wish that game can happen 2 or 3 times.
Right, right. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying though. Like when it comes to it, bro, all I'm like, my whole goal is to make the games happen, bro. Like I say, I'm not with the political side of things. I'm not with the politics of players on teams. I'm not with none of that, bro. Only thing, like, I want to hear when it comes to it, hey man, we got a day set. Man, how do you feel like, you're gonna compete versus this team? Like that type of stuff, bro. But far as like not being able to come up with dates and all that stuff, bro. All this time that passed by, that should be something that what I'm saying that we don't have to worry about or whatever. You feel me? So yeah,
Why
bro.
you feel like they don't want to play though?
I don't feel. I feel like they both playing too many damn games. That's what I do feel like.
They got to stem from somebody not wanting to play and somebody happy that they don't want to play, right?
Man, that's what somebody said, bro. One is scared, the other one happy that the other one is scared. That's what like it don't sound too far fetched for me,
Yeah.
and so like, um, yeah, bro, it's just too much. Like I think when we forget the basis of it, then a lot of times this type of stuff transpire, meaning that it's not about y'all at the end of the day, bro. It's about the kids. Do they want to play? These games gotta get made and played. There's too many times every year, bro. There's probably like 5, 6 games that happen. I mean, that don't happen where I'm like, damn, bro, I think that this team could have beat that team. But guess what? We would never know because they don't play the game. You know what I'm saying? Things happen.
What are a couple games that you would like to see happen this year that you didn't get to see last year?
This year I would like to see um okay, let's start with the age group. All right, last year I didn't get a chance to see Brick City versus Voodoo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's the game that I wanted to see. And then and I didn't get a chance to see Boynton versus Rare Breed.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So that game was stretch. Oh, I'll meet y'all in the championship. I'll see y'all. Like, bro, the game never damn happened. It never happened. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like things like this transpire to the point where the games may never get played, bro. So that's why I'm like, yes, I am the one. Because I remember exactly what I said. I am the one that said that I want them to play when both of them has established identity, right? I want to see who is the better team, right? I said that. But to not even like it feels like the game not even nowhere in near in sight to even be made or played.
Nah,
Be-
facts.
because you have to go off what Coach Cal have going, because he already put his schedule out, and then you got people that's saying, "Ah, man, he don't want to play." Man, the man just put his damn schedule out before this conversation even been had. So I can't sit there and say, "Oh, he don't want to play." And the other thing is, I'm going off of record, credibility. I have never seen that man not want to play a game.
Nah, that real.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, that's what I've been looking at, bro. It's like, come on, man.
I thought
Let's
it would pick up where it left off from last year. Like so Icy played RDE like 3 times, 4 times. I thought it'd pick up like preseason, 2 times preseason, in season or postseason, then nationals. You know what I mean? That'll tell
right,
you who, like
right,
who's doing the coaching, who's
right,
able to make
right.
the adjustments.
Right, right. And that's what I was saying. I'm like, oh, okay, we got two coaches. We got two coaches that really won't smoke. That was the idea, right? That was the idea. But the thing about it is, I guess the game probably will get played, but I just ain't the type for the accolades, bro. Like, I'm just like, okay, the game be played, whatever is done in between that time. The game is before the game actually happens, then I'm okay with that. But not to play the game, I mean, not to have the game on schedule, bro. I guess that's the biggest issue for me. So yeah, man.
I
Moving
mean, the
forward,
people up top got to hold them accountable, man. Somebody got to get held accountable
hey, bro,
for it
I'm
not to
telling
happen. If it don't, I mean, if this stuff can keep happening and nothing happens, nobody gonna play the games.
exactly, man. So yeah, that's why I like when people just take the politics out of it, and then the other thing too, I gotta be honest, right? I gotta be honest. When the North Philly Blackhawks called me, I talked to Coach Cal. The game was made and played. The schedule was already put out and all that stuff. So I'm not gonna say, that he's not a person of his word or anything. But man, it's bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. It's crazy for me right now. So but I did have some stuff that I did want to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what do you think about politics in youth football?
We need to get rid of them.
Because I think that it's hurting in so many ways, you know what I'm saying, to where a lot of teams every year, a lot of teams are breaking up, that you thought would have kind of stayed together, even in winning organizations.
Yeah,
And
but
you
that
like,
come from too many people. Like I've been saying, bro. Like that come from too many people having too much control that don't deserve it.
okay,
Certain people meant to just be head coaches. Like when COVID happened and everybody now could start a league, or organization, go national, do this and do that. That put the power in the coaches' hands, and some coaches feel like they're above the others. You know what I mean? So that really be messing up everything for real.
right, right. And yeah, that's definitely one. I think it's really layers to it, the political side. I think that is you got the favorable treatment, right? For some others, you got the daddy ball spectrum. Then you got the one where maybe a coach might have a issue with the parent or something like that. Like they have like layers. You know what I'm saying?
And a lot of that stuff right there is subjective, bro. Like it's too much gray area and all of that. So it be on some he say, she say, or you have to kind of choose. You know what I mean? They put you in the box and make you choose one way.
Yeah, but I guess the part where I don't agree is it's still kids. That's why I say in youth football there should never be anything political. there should just be the best play. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, at this point, these coaches need to like it need to start being some type of money for real. Like it need to be some type of pay, so it's a little bit more controlled
For you talking about for the coaches?
for the coaches. 100%.
That okay, all right. So you know what, bro? You just made me realize something. It shouldn't be the coaches, right? That's actually going out to get this money. Now, I do think every coach should have some form of business knowledge, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what about the dang presidents of these orgs? What are they doing?
A lot of them just letting the coaches do their thing. That's why them coaches feel like, well, I don't need you. I can just do my thing on my own terms. So they just go and start their own program. That's how a lot of these programs were birthed in Atlanta, especially.
Okay, so yeah, I think that's one of the solutions. The president of the org and all that other stuff, they should be hiring somebody that's knowledgeable about the grant writers and stuff like that, and they should be the one seeking out funds for that org, for the whole entire org. Because
they do that though.
Do they?
Yeah. They
I
do
mean,
that.
hey, bro, I don't know.
Nah, they do that. It's stuff like that going on for real. Like the orgs getting money or grants or getting some type of money. You know what I mean? And they actually doing that, but it's still giving the coaches room to say, hey, they don't want to do it. The coaches do it their own way regardless.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't, they'll threaten the org president like, hey, if you don't do this, we're leaving. And of course, the org president, like, they looking at it like it's a business. All right, you got 25 kids on your team. My registration fee is $250. I'm probably making $100 off each kid. I don't want to see you leave, and that just take $2,500 out of my pockets. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that part of it is that's where it get real nitty and gritty at.
Okay, so yeah. So there was some news, man. I also seen it on your channel. I learned of it a little earlier. So the Eastside Babies, well, the former Eastside Babies is now is called what, the
Jags.
Eastside Jags, man. What do you think about that move?
Man, from what I heard, they go back to what we were just talking about too. It's like they say that the org just wasn't meant for them.
Okay.
Because like I say, you get coaches and you get parents and all that stuff that start pocket watching, that start thinking that they deserve more. They start looking at certain things for what, like they everybody got a role, bro. These coaches need to just play their role. These parents need to play their role. These org directors need to play their role. You can't be a coach and think you can run an org your way without having your own org. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So they were saying like that 4 fees and all of the money stuff was a little bit too much for their liking. Like they got to pay such and such amount for lead fees or like registration. Then they got to pay for like a banquet. Then they got to pay for this and they got to pay for that. So me personally, bro, I feel like you should get Coach Kennard, the president of 404, and see his point of view on what's going on. Because once we had him on live one day and he was breaking down the logistics of everything, and I understand certain things do be like a little bit extreme, but when running this stuff like a business, you certain stuff like the money go certain places. You just got to understand that.
Right.
You can't be looking at it like, oh man, he just popped up in a new car or he just got a new house. That ain't none of your business.
Right.
Did he do did on your registration list? Did he do check off everything he said he was gonna do? If that's the case, then what we talking about? Coaches, y'all gotta get out here and grind too, man. Like, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
man, that's and on that note, I get it. I get it. I get it. Hey, I guess what the other org is offering is a sweeter deal. So
One thing about it, but the grass ain't always green on the other side. I'll just say that.
yeah. Nah, hey, that's true. That's very accurate, man. So I think that they're a good org. Either way, they're going to be good despite where they at. I don't know what they're asking, what they're giving. But I would like to ask you, I don't know if you know, do they have aspirations of doing national play? Are they helping in that regard, like the stipulations? What's the stipulations on that, if you know at all?
Yeah, they've been wanting to do nationals the last couple years. Um, it's been a whole lot of turmoil within that team that goes back to like the leadership. You see what I'm saying? So
Okay.
that
Yeah, I think something happened. You still there, Drico?
yeah, I go my bad.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, they always had like they always had nationals on their mind. You know what I mean? They was ranked at one point in time. But like I say, bro, you got people that don't understand what's going on. They don't understand the whole national concept. So they think they know certain things and they move certain ways, but in actuality, a lot of the stuff they do be for nothing.
Right, right. Well, I mean, I'm like, to be honest, in all fairness, I do believe that this is a team that is good enough to compete at the highest level. If
100%.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like I say, I don't really know the gist, but however, I do know that this org, you know what I'm saying, they were very big, you know what I'm saying, on that. So it had to be something, like I say, both parties didn't agree with. So them move it to YJB. I mean them move it to
CDJ.
yeah, CDJ. I think that either way, far from that org, I think they'll be straight. There has been teams like Lambo who was there, decide to branch off. So, like you said, it may not be greener on the grass may not be greener on the other side, but obviously somebody got to feel slighted, bro, and to not stay, in a situation that they once were in. So I'm not going to speak on either of their behalf, but I'll say this, man. I'll say this. CDJ, CDJ, I believe that they already have a field for them to play. I think both of them have a field, but CDJ may be a little bit more convenient if it's the finances. If the finances is actually, what I'm saying, like it's a better situation, then I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying?
But 1 + 1 gonna always equals 2 to me, bro. Like whatever you looking for, like okay, you can go over here and get this registration over here may be 350. This registration over here may be 250. But in the end, you trying to do all of this, it's still gonna equal out to be almost the same, bro. It ain't. I mean, I don't just see that stuff being that much different. Like you saving $100, but are you gonna take that $100 and real deal take it and put it towards nationals or whatever else you're trying to do?
Yeah.
Are you gonna like it all balance out to me, bro? It all be the same. It's just people see it different ways. I guess I don't know, bro. I don't be having them issues because me personally, bro, I don't be looking for my president or park director to do all of that stuff for me. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? Like he provide a field with lights, he provide uniforms, he provide trophies. Everything else is up to me as a head coach. You know what I mean? To do everything I want for my kids.
Mm. Well, hey man, it is. Hey, it is what it is. It
Because if
is
that
what.
was the case, just think about it, bro. Just think about this. You can go to the city of Atlanta for $75 a player. Why y'all didn't run there?
Right, right.
If it was price, you see what I'm saying? Like, um,
Yeah, like he say, man, seem like y'all having way too many issues down there, man.
for sure.
And that's the thing, bro. Like things are getting out of hand, bro.
Nah, for
And,
sure.
and I'm not even speaking from the perspective of just this situation. If you really look at it, bro, there are a lot of fires right now. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of situations. There are a lot of uncertainty, that's going on. And bro, that's just a fire waiting to happen. So if people are not, you know, doing things from the perspective of, business, or I ain't gonna even say business. If the heads are not doing things from the perspective of business, because I don't think the coaches should have to be worrying about none of that type of stuff. I don't think that they should be having to worry about finances, a field. They shouldn't be having to worry about any of those things.
But I don't think that type of stuff in this situation. I don't think that was the issue because they got that. They have all of that. They got a league. They got home field, practice field, games, uniforms. They got all of that. I I think it was more than just that. I think they were looking for more out of that situation than they was getting.
Right, right. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Like it depends on the terms that was being agreed to. Was those being met? Like I get the necessities, the basic stuff, but like it's kind of like the artists, man. When they've signed a contract, right? The contract is what it is. I'm fulfilling everything that's on this contract, but then at the same time, bro, you know that you can be doing way more, but you only willing to do the bare minimum. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it can be one of those situations, like bro, like I don't know, bro. I'm gonna definitely reach out to coach, man, and see what it is. He says, should a coach step down on the youth level if a team loses by 50 points? Nah, bro, it's youth football.
No, nah.
Hell nah, it's you.
I done got beat by them points, but it's like if I drop down, then who gonna coach the team?
Right, for sure.
And we lose teams. Now we lose mentors in the community to teach these boys the right way.
Keisha was good, man. I'm still waiting on my guy to come on, bro. It's still love, my guy.
Keisha,
But
what to do, my boy?
yeah, definitely. But moving forward, bro, structure. Um,
I got to start at the top, though, kid.
yeah, it
We
gotta
got to
start.
hold. We got to hold like we look for YNC. We look for YNC to do a lot, and they do a lot. Not knocking what they do. I love what they do.
Uh,
But we got to start holding them more accountable, bro.
facts.
Because they the ones everybody look up to. They the ones everybody chasing after. But it's like they also allow a lot of stuff.
Right.
They allow these coaches to do what they doing. So at what point do we look at them like, hey, when y'all gonna hold it down?
Man, hey, that's the thing. I think every coach should have they should be on the same level. It should be the same thing every level. It should be that at least that standard. You know what I'm saying? The
Mm-hmm.
standard. Well, I don't know what that standard that they set, but everything should be on one accord.
Facts.
But when everybody is doing their own thing, bro, it create chaos, bro. Like
Facts.
people don't know. People don't know. If you allow somebody to do something that may go against what you as a org, somebody that runs an org that they don't agree to, they will literally take that team and then they will use that team as a way to discredit the whole organization.
Mm-hmm.
So in order to make sure that that doesn't happen, you know what I'm saying? Like just make sure that everybody is on one accord, bro. And then from that point, I think that, you know, everything else will fall into place.
In
You
order
know,
to do that though, bro, you gotta have some type of black and white. You gotta have this stuff like documented and saying like this is what's going on, and you have to follow that. You
right,
can't just be saying certain things and then doing other things. You see what I'm saying? And
right,
that goes for everybody, not just YNC. That's like leagues too, bro. I feel like me personally, I feel like if the leagues were to like add more structure to the leagues, like hey, you can't be an organization without 5+ teams. I
right,
can't be trying to, and you can't be an organization without uh having a home field. You can't be an organization without having insurance. You
right.
can't be an organization without like, not, you know what I mean? Like they gotta really start diving into instead of saying, hey, we're gonna accept. And two, I was just talking to somebody earlier, like, bro, we gotta start blackballing certain people, bro.
For
It's certain
sure.
people in this stuff that's jumping from team to team, messing like jumping from org to org, but they messing everything up, bro. They the ones who making this stuff seem like you just said about the whole not playing the game. They the ones who making it seem like, oh, it's cool for me to go from if I don't like what's going on right here, I can go over here in the same year. People leaving like people being on 3 teams in 1 year is crazy, bro.
Right, right, right. And that's the thing, because I got somebody on here, what Keisha just dropped in. Now I gave them some flack, but the one thing that I won't say is that they don't have structure. That's the one thing, like I definitely can't say that. And that's and I'm really starting to learn to appreciate it even more. You know what I'm saying? Because at one point I'm like, oh man, you know, you've been too strict, man, damn. People ain't been strict enough to the point where, bro, I don't know what's what, bro, and it's hard to follow. It's literally hard to follow because, like I remember when I grew up playing, right, and one org played versus like if one org played, you know that y'all playing that entire team. That's the way that it used to be. Some was good, some was like, you know, was very good, some wasn't. You know what I'm saying? But in today's time, bro, I think the independent game is really killing stuff because even if you're gonna do the independent game, bro, you gotta have a lot of structure. You gotta have some business savvy type of structure. You see what I'm saying? And it just shows that a lot of people are not business savvy. They're doing
100%.
stuff just to be doing it, but
Yeah.
it's really not making sense. In fact,
They
it's
doing it because they got a winning team. That's what a lot of people doing it for.
yeah, but it's still hurting. It's still what good is it? Is if okay, you're doing what you're doing, but then it's kind of hurting other, you know, other places, other teams and stuff like that. How is that going to be sustainable? Because now, you know, everybody is literally trying to do the same thing, but people don't have the know-it-all of how to actually go about it. So should there be a class? Hey man, if you want to go and do national, if you know this is the
Man,
qualification.
these guys that do it, they want to get paid for that.
Ah man, hey bro,
So
hold on, say it again.
these guys that have that knowledge that
Uh-huh.
won't do it, they want to get paid for it.
Okay, so now I gotta play this video.
We're going to have to address black people getting ahead and then charging other ahead. It's not community. Like, for example, you saying, oh, your house should be in a trust. Why do you got
Why?
Facts.
Why?
Facts.
You see what I'm saying?
That's some real stuff right there, bro.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
Like
bro,
you must teach what taught, bro. That's how I grew up. Like,
yeah, like, bro, when I like literally, bro, when I went to I was in Clark when I graduated, bro. I was so ecstatic, bro. Like I wanted to give everybody this financial knowledge that I had, bro.
Yeah.
I was trying to tell everybody, man. I even had people say, man, I ain't trying to hear
Facts.
that stuff. Like,
Facts.
bro, what you mean? Like this information that I got, bro, people charge 30,000 for. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm willing to give it to you. And so, like that's the thing, bro. The thing about it is a lot of us don't know. We don't know. And for those who knows, you know what I'm saying, share, like go ahead and mentor people. I know it cannot sit well with you to be a person that knows that you can change somebody's life, but you're unwilling to do so because of the fact that he ain't pay you.
But it's bad, bro. Like you got to think about it like this. Like certain people, like if I'm a coach, right, and I know for a fact that this is how you supposed to hold the ball when you run. And I'm at a game watching kids hold the ball wrong, and I never say anything to nobody.
Right.
That's bad.
Right.
You know what I mean? Only time I'm gonna tell that person how to hold the ball if they come to my training sessions or they come join my team or my organization. You see what I'm saying? That's bad, bro. Cause like you always say, we doing it for the babies, but that don't, like, a lot of people don't mimic that, bro.
For sure. He says facts, Drico. Said gotta have at least a certain amount of teams. What do you say in a field to be an org? He says how many orgs in Georgia have 5 or more teams to compete nationally? It used to be all of them.
Yeah, it used to be. It ain't too many now. Too many now.
Yeah. Hey, that
Man, it used to be
said,
like Welcome All, CDJ, who else you could say? Just
Falcons United,
United,
ABA, East Metro Steelers.
Facts. It was like a lot of team. It was a lot of organization that was loaded throughout the entire org. But that was before COVID. That was before these coaches got the upper hand. Like that was before these coaches learned that, hey, I can just go out here and say I'm such and such, and these people gonna follow because I just won a national championship.
Right, for sure. But hopefully it changed. Keisha says the dynamic of youth football now are making certain leagues adjust to keep growing the leagues. Hey man, look. What do you say? What is that?
Nah, I mean the dynamics of youth football, yeah, but the leagues got to just stand on like, hey, the leagues got to stand on like, listen here, man, we're not going to change because what we're doing is right. We're not gonna follow what y'all doing to make y'all right when we already right. I grew up off of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So why are we adjusting as a league to cater to these ones that's leaving the league and telling us what we supposed to be doing with our league that we've been doing for years that work?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. The only thing that I say this, my only thing with the league, it would be with the league if they don't allow, like call out game. That's it mainly. You feel what I'm saying? Because they still want to try to play teams to get the exposure and stuff like that. Like let's still let them get the exposure. Still,
if the leagues was smart, I would have just adapted that and been like, hey, let me be a grown man and sit down at the round table with these other grown men that run leagues, and let's come up with some crossover games. Let's come up with, because hey, if I'm AYU, I'm hollering at Mayfield like, hey, on these dates, let's cross over and let's try to get your teams and my teams to play against each other.
Okay, isn't that what Mayfield and AYFL doing?
Yeah, they do it, but that's it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The other leagues should do the same. It should be that I can see them being open to. That's something like change. You know what I'm saying? But the people that's over the leagues, they at a point where they so used to how it used to be You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So they running it still the same as how it was back in early 2000s.
Facts. So yeah, I could see it definitely change. But there's another thing that I wanted to talk about, man. I seen as what they will call an encrypted message, right? With Coach James and the possibility. I seen this right here. Let me move this right quick. And Coach Jake says when you having another combine, he want to bring Sweet Feet. So right here it says that 10U loaded. This is, I believe, Coach James. 10U loaded, right? And he said everything earned, not given, is go time. So to me, that's letting me know that Coach is still looking to have a 10U. What are your thoughts, and do you have any insight on this?
Man, James, great dude. I rock with James. You know what I mean? Like, great coach, all of that. But at this point, I feel like James need to just give it up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why? You feel like it's too late? I mean, because
Nah, it's and it's not James' fault. You see what I'm saying? It's bro, these people, what James trying to do, these people, it don't align with what these other parents trying to do. So how like what can you really do at this age group? Because the expectation still gonna be the same.
right.
You James Davis, you Georgia Eagles, you've been doing this national stuff. You've been winning and been in the dance the last 4-5 years, right?
Uh,
You did it 2 different age group championship, all of that. So if you go and get a team that's not a national team, quote unquote, and you come out here and lose by them same 50 points PA was just talking about, everybody's still gonna talk about you like you lost that same game 6-0.
right.
They're gonna hold you to that same. So, in my opinion, like, wash your hands, James. Go ahead and grab a new group and build that group up and just do it that way, bro. Because this group right here is over, man. Once I seen you already had that first bunch that went to Red Breed, that second bunch that went to Red Breed. Now Josh Fletcher going to Voodoo. What else is left?
Right. Hey, I was about to say they got a young man, I think Amir, but shoot, last time I checked, I think he might be towards Rare Breed because if he was available, bro, that still would have been a great addition to what they're doing. And like you just said, though, I think that the part you just said it, without really understanding that this is the reason why he still should probably coach the 10U because the expectation is not high, right? The expectations, we already know that is shifted towards basically two teams, which is So Icy, Rare Breed. You know what I'm saying? So for him to get a 10U, I don't think that they're going to really put that much emphasis on his wins and losses. They already know the two teams that that has the strongest possibility of winning. So I don't think that that will hurt him. And in fact, this would teach a lot of them kids that, like, look, man, he's developing. He made me better. I remember when I first started, like we wasn't as good. Cause I mean, it'll be kind of equivalent to what you're doing. And what I mean by that is you are building your players. Like you didn't go get the super top, players. You're building with what you got. You're developing your kids and stuff like that to become who they're going to be. You see what I'm saying? And I think he can do that as well. So I'm not totally against him coming back and doing the 10U because there's still a lot of pieces out there. You still got the Dalens out there. You still got I've got the big boy. You got Speedy. You know what I'm saying? The quarterback was this. So they still got some players. Now I'm not thinking YNC. That's the only thing. I'm not thinking
But
YNC.
that's what I'm saying though, Ken. Those parents are.
Yeah.
They got a taste of it.
Kind of got a
All of
point.
those parents got a taste of it. They want to be there, or if not there, a lot of these parents going to feeders. So it's either national or feeder. Everything in between is like null and void, bro.
So you think the art of development is lost, or
Man, been gone.
it's gone?
Been gone.
Damn.
It ain't too many people, bro. Like you see what you just said, like, bro. I've been building and working with my guys to make sure since 6U, but they still look at it like, man, you supposed to be doing more. You see what I'm saying?
Right. So just speak on a little bit what you got going, coach. Like what is some expectations should we have ABA?
Oh man, the same, bro. Just my thing with my team, I tell my boys we trying to get 1% better, bro, each day. And that's with or without me, bro. Like, y'all come to practice, we're gonna get 1% better. You know what I mean? Like, we're at the age group now, 11U, where I'm trying to mentally prepare them so they knowledgeable enough of the game that they know, like, hey, once I get to high school, this won't be Chinese to me. This won't be a foreign language.
Right.
Like, I'm putting them in situations now where, hey, when I get to middle school, I'll be able to at least understand the terminology. I'll be able to at least break it down or show you, like, hey, I understand a basic coverage. Hey, I understand basic concepts, route concepts. Hey, coach, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna work very hard. Coach, I'm not one of them ones that's gonna pout or cry when I don't win something. I'm gonna still work hard for it. That's what I'm teaching.
Yeah, bro. And I think that entitlement stuff, you know, it definitely needs to go out the window. But that's why the reason why I like certain coaches, man, is because like the no nonsense coaches is because of the structure. People got to understand, man, these are things that need to be taught young, bro. It's gonna, like I always tell people, it's easier to correct behavior than it is to change it.
Facts.
So if you able to correct some of these kids' behavior young, that's why, bro, for strict coaches, I'm all for it. I'm all for it because you seeing a generation to where you can't even really say too much of anything. You know what I'm saying? So that's another reason why I kind of wanted James Davis to come. I know he's not that type of coach, but he demand things in ways to where you ain't got no choice because of the accolades that he have, the success that he had in life. You know what I'm saying? So the parents got to listen to that. They got to listen and take some type of constructive criticism when it comes to that, because it's like, I've been to where you're trying to get to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why, I think everything is intertwined with each other to the point where, like, bro, you know, I like troubling players. I think coaches need to have a rapport with each other. And I think one person, I think it was Coach Batman. He said, man, if you come to me, I see what happened. Why are you coming to me? What happened at the other, I don't know if he's doing it for real, but he said it. What did you do at the other one? If you didn't do what you were supposed to do, then why am I going to take you? That's basically accepting, wrong behavior and stuff like that. So I think that's that type of
we need more of that.
You said who?
We need more of that.
Yes, because I'm telling you, man, like if I'm coaching, I'm gonna have your coach call me, and I want to know, or I'm gonna call your coach, get his information, and I'm gonna see, hey man, hey, this such and such coming here, or he wants to come here. Why is he leaving your organization? Was there anything that transpired?
But these coaches ain't doing that, bro. Like,
I know
nowadays,
they care about the player. They care about winning more than that.
These coaches getting them commitment flags and throwing it in your face like, I'm gonna do better with this kid than you did. That's what's going on. Or the kid, they may call that coach, or they may text that coach, and now they flashing and flaunting like, hey, I got your player. Like they ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, but it's
Yeah,
it's
bro.
whack, bro. It's whack. You football stuff, bro. It's whack.
Ali was good, bro.
Ali.
Ali. Yeah, man. He said AYU and GMYFL. He said
Oh
did
yeah, they
black.
did it early on, but they kind of stopped because there was some issues or something like that. I don't know the full story, but I did hear like they stopped because of something happened.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. We got to get this right though, cuz like I say, man, football was always used for, for discipline, right? Learning how to accept criticism, constructive criticism. It wasn't bigging you up or making you think that you're better than this other person. Although you still may got a little favorable treatment, you probably got some shoes or some, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't to the point where I don't think I've ever experienced a person not going to practice and still playing, still coming in and just playing. Like I don't think I've experienced that, at least in California. T Street said it's too many leagues. Hey man, hey, what I do think, I think, and I don't know how doable this is. It'll be great, bro, if a couple of leagues come under one umbrella, expand the team, expand the league, you know what I'm saying? Expand the board and and move accordingly, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a suggestion. But man, I don't know, bro. I just
Man,
know that
you got, bro. Like I don't see why we can't. I don't see why we can't. When I first came in, that was my whole thing that I was trying to do. You know what I mean? Trying to put it all together. But like the initiation of the conversation, everybody in. But once you really start getting deep into it and you start reaching out, people stop answering because they don't want to talk about it because then they start thinking about what they can lose. You see what I'm saying? But in actuality, I feel like that's everybody doing it together is what's gonna make the state great and the nation great.
for sure. Hey, PA he says y'all so Joe about playing nationally because y'all was late coming off the porch. Says that independent scene down there. He says that the independent scene down there is destroying the leagues. So no, I think it's what happened is, as far as with the leagues, bro, independent people saw certain things but have no clue. Like I said earlier, they have no clue as to what they're doing, but they're trying to do it. They're trying to go independent. They don't want to be told what to do, and they're doing certain things. Like how do you expect to go independent without traveling? How does that work? What is the incentive of that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm thinking, okay, when a person say independent, I'm thinking you trying to get national exposure. You want to measure yourself on how good you are as a team. You want your kids to travel to just get from their local area, right? I'm thinking these things. I'm not looking at it like, yeah, man, I want to do my own thing. I want to come independent just so I can play the teams that I was gonna play anyway. Had I just stayed at the org. So, none of that stuff is making sense to me. 35 Loaded said, I don't know, dog. He says our group chat still booming. He said, I don't know what team they gonna have. Hey man, y'all look, 50 players. That's crazy. That's crazy right there. He says, forget what they think as long as the kids are being developed. That's all that matter. But yeah, Keisha, the whole thing is a lot of these coaches want the best players because they ain't got time or don't want to develop the kids. And that's what he's saying. Like the develop is a lost art right now. these kids, and I've heard it from a high school coach myself. These kids are going to high school not knowing anything, no coverages, the names, the nothing. They just going straight there. And the coaches is like, man, what the hell is this? Like, how did you get this far? Basically, it was pure talent, instinct. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the development is what matters the most. But it's unfortunate that they're not even getting developed. PA, he says, who the best high school at
Who's the best head coach at the
I
team
mean head
division?
coach, that's their high school. Who the
Nah,
best head coach at
that's a tough
CU?
one, boy.
He says Mark, Coach James, Coach Cal, other. I mean, he said in Georgia, right now we got to go with Coach Mark.
Why?
I mean, when I say, well, I just got to go off history, bro. See, if I wanted to say if Bessemer was in there, I was gonna go with Coach Blue in there, but he said in Georgia. I gotta go with Coach. I gotta go with Coach Mark just on accolades alone. But
yeah, PA, what's the criteria, PA?
Yeah, what's the criteria
for best? When we say best, what's best? Because each one of these guys bring in a different aspect of the game. Like Cal know how to motivate them boys to do whatever, right? He know his schemes or whatnot too. He got good schemes too.
For sure.
Coach James, same way. Coach James got great schemes. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Coach Mark, same way. He got great schemes. Coach Mark also know how to make them boys feel like they the biggest and the best in the world.
Right.
And you come down, like if you want to measure it by wins and losses, of course you got to go with Coach Mark.
And we're talking, and also, are you talking nationally? Are we talking? Because I know a lot of people, they discredit, the locals and all that other stuff. But I'm not gonna ever discredit none of the local coaches, and I'm gonna tell you why I say that. When you look at it, right? When you look at the outcomes, you got coaches that coach locally that also have kids that goes to high school and they start over all them starters that people had on them teams, them good teams, them national teams.
The parents don't get none of that recognition.
Yeah, they don't. They don't get. You said, do the parents get recognition?
Yeah, for them kids going and start. Do the coaches get all that, or do the parents or the genetics get any of that? Like,
no, the coaches. Well, look, if we talking nationally, right? Because like I say, the local teams usually have like a lot of the players that end up going to high school that start, right? And then to me, that is parents and coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Because that means that the parents was more concerned about their child getting better as opposed to just a trophy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, nationally, just going off my experience, a lot of the parents have been more focused on national as opposed to the development.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a difference. So you can damn near say it's coaching, or it's one or two things. You could say it's coaching, or you can say it was just raw talent. But then,
how do you know?
How?
Yeah.
I mean, bruh, just like some people, bruh, they really just don't develop. Like they just like, okay, if you go to high school and you don't know none of the schemes, you don't know what none of that stuff is, bro, chances are the coaches wasn't coaching.
But you don't know none of that, but you one of them kids that can play and over anybody that know all of that.
Because the instinctive.
So who
it's instinctive.
Like,
you're good.
The coaches get a lot of that credit, bro, when In actuality, bro, them kids was like either born into that or they got good parents.
Right. I mean, well, it's not every case
It's
because, like
not.
I
It's a case by case basis for sure.
yeah, for sure. Cause like when I look at it, right, and I say my cousin, like when he was starting over Marshawn, and this is when they because Marshawn Lynch played for Oakland Dynamites. So when he was playing, my cousin was starting over him all the way up into high school. They went to different high schools, right? My cousin didn't make it. He didn't have the coaching, right? He didn't really have
The coaching on the high school level.
Well,
he didn't have the coaching on the high school. I thought you said they played.
Well, he had raw talent. He had raw talent on a high school level, but he didn't know much of the stuff. You know what I'm saying? In high school, when Marshawn went to Oakland Tech, Marshawn, he got taught. He got taught, man. Like he wasn't as good. You know what I'm saying? Before, because he was good in Pop Warner, but he wasn't as good versus when he went to go play for Oakland Tech. See, he learned, he had to learn a lot of this stuff, but he also had somebody, like, to your point, he also had somebody that was, you know, that was helping him coaching wise. It wasn't the parents though.
How did both of them grow? Like,
how did they grow? Well,
right.
One of them, which is my cousin, he went to a high school and he didn't really grow because, like.
So you don't think that's the case? That's the reason?
That I felt like he didn't have the knowledge that was necessary to be successful at the high school level.
But I see, like, bro, listen, like, this real. Like, I spoke to shout out to Austin Brooks. You know what I mean, the film guy. He was out at Friday Night Lights, and I was asking him, like, when you come out here, what do these coaches send you out here for? And he was like, bro, just being real. But they send me out here, like, most of these guys, they already have on their radar. And the reason they have them on their radar is because they passed the eye test.
Okay.
They say the coaches get paid on the college level to turn this kid into who they want them to be. So they don't have to come in knowing anything. If they pass the eye test and that kid come in at 6'4", 280 pounds and can run a 4.6, 4.5 at offensive tackle, and he could move, that's who the coach want. It was a kid at that Friday Night Lights showcase that didn't do too well. If you was like a spectator, if you seen something, I mean, you was watching, you would have overlooked that kid. A lot of people would have been like, why he got the edge or why did he get? But that kid was damn 6'3", 6'4", like 220 pounds at wide receiver.
Right.
He didn't come with a lot, but that was what they were looking for.
You talking about more like physique and all that stuff. Yes, you're right. They can't teach that, right? I mean, you can't teach height. You can't teach the body weight. I mean, you can, work out and stuff to try to get to where you want to go or get to. But I'm talking about from a skill position. A lot of these people in a position, they're not developed to understand exactly what they should be doing. They just were very good and talented, instinctive. So that's what I'm saying. Like in high school, you got a lot of players that know exactly what it is to do. So to be honest, I get exactly what you're saying, but what if the kid don't have that? What if he was just taught if he was developed the right way and him just being knowledgeable about the position, point in case, Kiki. Right? Very knowledgeable about the position.
Shit, I use Peyton because that's who he used. He was like, bro, Peyton's supposed to be in the SEC based off skill and gameplay.
Right, but I'm saying Kiki because he's not your average. He's not your average, like when you talk about eye test. He's not your eye test.
Right.
But that's why I say developing, is very critical. That's why, the players who are like the Kikis, a lot of times, bro, they well, he did play national, but a lot of times those type of people are in these leagues, these local leagues. You know what I'm saying? Y'all
Yeah.
know that because some of y'all go to them leagues and go get them them players, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
dog. But what about the ones like the ones who are not going to those leagues and actually getting developed? Because in my personal opinion, when y'all go get these kids, they are more knowledgeable about the game than the kids that's already on the national level.
100%.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why I say the ones
So
who
so
be
my question
go ahead.
is the ones that is like more knowledgeable of the game, would you pick or do they get picked over the ones that's more skillful?
Hold on, one more time.
Do the knowledgeable kids get picked over the skillful kids?
No. A lot of times, no, until high school.
So could you say could you say that that's a whole myth that we train them up for high school?
Well, in today's time, it's a myth when we talking about these new kids. They talk about they develop. They're not developed. They're underdeveloped. But I want to say the kids that usually that are more knowledgeable, the ones who did get developed by other coaches before they came to y'all team, them usually the ones that start. Although if the kid that was actually more skilled, if they were getting the same development, then I believe that they will start over them. But that's not the case. A lot of times, that's not the case. And judging based on people, just on the people that I've seen in general, like bro, like there's no way that this person's as good as they were in youth football. Like why are they not starting now? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of that is because of development. And I think it's a lost art.
I think a lot of that stuff too come from like parenting.
I can't say that, bro.
I say that, bro, because I feel like them parents put it all on the coaches and expect the coaches to take them kids from 1 to 10,
Okay.
and the parents don't feel like they should do or have to do anything.
So are you speaking from the fact, because like here's the thing. If things are done the right way, you will have a coach specifically damn near for every position,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that child will be able to get the development that they need. Now, where I do agree with you is if that's the case, what needs to be done is they need to take your side at all costs. A lot of times they go against what the coach is teaching them.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm
But they
saying?
don't do it like those, because just look at it, bro. I'm thinking about it like uh Big Jordan that's at Douglas County that was at Dream Team, right?
Uh-huh.
And then I'm thinking about Solomon that was he was just at Douglas County as well, but he played for Rare Breed. I know he played for, but before that I forgot who he played for, right?
Uh-huh.
And Jordan is like a 4 or 5 star guy. Solomon was like a 2 or 3 star guy, about the same size, come with the same stuff. But I seen more work put in with Jordan than I did with Solomon. And when I say more work, like just remember the times where Jordan dad did went over above and beyond to make sure he was straight
Right, right,
versus seeing that same with Solomon. You see what I'm saying?
right, right.
So that's why I say it comes to like the parents gotta hold up their end too, bro.
Yeah, it's a partnership, bro. The thing is, like I say, man, when I came up, my auntie, she used to drop me and my cousin off, and She didn't care about none of that. Long as I wasn't disrespecting my elders, right? Which were the coaches. Long as I wasn't talking back, she didn't care.
Right.
She just came to the game, supported, and let them do their thing. So that's why I was saying, like, it depends. Like if the parents are allowing the coaches to coach, the ones that can coach, then they should be good. They should be straight. But I want to read this one. 35 Lotus said, if Coach Mark can put all this talent together and make it work and manage all the egos that comes with it, best coach ever, because this team is more loaded than any other team I have ever saw. I'm telling y'all that I definitely said that it's a win or bust, biggest bust in youth football. And not just that, like I think that this team was more stacked than when they had Zachary Watts, BA, and Montrez on there. So yeah, they definitely, more stacked in that team. But what's your thoughts on this comment?
Me, I look at it different, bro, because I think about it like I think when you say best coach, see, it's like even with James when they just had that question, well, who's the best coach out of the 10 and they gave James, Mark, Kyle. I seen Kyle go from recreation at Grant Park, 8-1 cutoff kids, not only having 13 kids, to being ranked number 1 or 2 at the time in YNC Nationals, going down to compete and playing a great game against the number 1 team, right?
Right.
Same with James Davis. I seen James Davis go from a MLK Eagles, which is a City of Atlanta brick team, taking that same team, beating a CDJ, which was a great team, beating a College Park, you know what I mean, which was a great team on the local and national level. You know what I mean? Competing against a great Twin City on the local and the national level. I seen those guys take less and do more with it versus having more and doing less with it. You see what I'm saying? So I say I don't really just consider Mark a great coach, and I feel like he one of the greatest already because of what he already did, right? Not many people done 2 different age groups, 2 or 3 years back to back, 6 years total. You see what I'm saying? Most people ain't did that. You know what I mean? But so I already see him as one of the greatest already. But I don't feel like that just makes him, that don't put the icing on the cake, in my opinion.
Okay. Got you.
If he was to do it, if he was to go and get a lesser talented team and build that team up, 100%, it's no doubt.
So that's the final step for you to look at Coach Mark as one of those. Like he's like, you giving him his accolades, you giving him his credit, but you just ain't seen him build nothing.
100%.
So that's the final straw. I mean, that's the final check for you in order to make you just be like, bruh, yep.
100%.
Okay. I honestly, I like that though. I like that. So, when I seen him, I wasn't here to be able to make those statements. Oh man, you got the best of this. You have Bowden Walker and all them other stuff. I just seen a group of young men that were really good.
Yeah, just go back to YouTube and look at the games. It was times where before all of that stuff came in, it was times where he couldn't win, right? And I ain't saying he couldn't win a game, but he couldn't win those big games like he did once he did get all of that stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just measured a little bit different, because if he take a team from 5 or 6 you up and win over and over and over and over, then it's like, bro, you done everything. Like at this point, you done everything. You started at 10. You the only coach from Georgia that can say you won 12 and 13 nationally.
Mm-hmm.
I think he ain't. I don't think it's too many other people around the nation that can say they won 10, 12, and 13 twice.
Right.
I don't think it's too many coaches that can say that. Right. So he already sitting. Like we talk about a Mount Rushmore, he'll definitely be sitting up there, right? But I don't just like reveal his face and paint it and say, hey, he's one of the Mount Rushmores until I see him take something from the ground and take it all the way up.
Hey man, honestly, bro, that's really fair. You know what I'm saying? That really is. Although he did it at the highest level, but the talent was always great. Um, yeah, man. But then again, like it's not his fault, that he's able to do that. But let me go ahead and read some of these. Um, And so he says you still have to coach the raw talent players, teach you about life. He says some coaches don't care long as they win championship. And yeah, some put championship over everything. You know what I'm saying? Definitely want that championship. He says, Jonathan says, Derrick Henry didn't know nothing when he went to Alabama. See, but that goes back to what Drico was saying, which is he had the physique.
Come on, man.
So you
Man
know what I'm
coming in
saying?
there, goddamn 6'4",
Yeah.
225, running the 4-4. Shit, he ain't gotta know nothing. He ain't gotta know nothing. But when I give you this ball, get me to the end zone. That's all he
Exactly.
gotta know. He gotta
Exactly.
know shit else.
For sure. And that like some people can get away with it.
Hey,
And
man.
I did see this right here. Let me see. See, Doc still got it. I seen this on somebody's page. Where is it? It was like the statistics, man. I don't know. Dang. I don't know. I don't think I still ain't got it. It was the let me see. Nope, I don't think I got it. Oh, there it go. Right here. Right? You see that? It's talking about, the
D1
average D
football size for
average average
position.
D1. You know what I'm saying? So like you
Mhm.
fit these criterias, man, you can kind of get away with a
D1
lot
athlete.
more.
Yeah,
You
you're a
know?
D1 athlete. You walk in any room like this. If Kirby Smart see you walking in at quarterback at 6'2", 200 pounds, man. Hey, man, he want to holler at
So yeah, so that the criteria, all that stuff matter, man. But being that you don't know if you're gonna become this size, you gotta be taught. You got to be taught, and that's the one thing that people got to take more pride in. They got to show them that, like, look, man, we here to teach y'all. We here to develop y'all. We get it. If you don't do this, you don't start, you don't play, you don't do nothing, you ain't gonna get no favorable treatment. But yeah, I do. Like I said, I'm about to read this, but before I do, Drico, I want to know what you think about some of these teams. Damn, I don't think I'll be able to see it.
Now, Seesaw Boys, 10th Street. I don't see that. Legacy.
Legacy.
Uh,
What's the
Ohio Ducks, the O.
Ohio Ducks?
Patriots,
The
Fast Break.
Patriots, the fast
Out of
break.
all these teams, I saw the O. I saw Fast Break. Go back one more time. I saw 10th Street, Saw Boys, Legacy. If we talking about Legacy U, I saw them. I
Yeah,
saw the O and I saw Fast Break. I
yeah,
haven't saw the Patriots, Ohio Ducks, City Colts, MCC, WNA, SF. I haven't saw those teams.
yeah, yeah. Because I was like, are you planning on traveling this year? Or are you just still, local, just development for your players?
And we look to travel. We look to travel to get the boys a different experience to get up out of the 285 round.
Got you. Yeah. And then like when you start a season, do you look at how well y'all do to make that determination on whether or not y'all gonna go try to play national ball? Or is it like that you already think travel ball and just may not end up going that route?
Nah, see, I tell my parents, bro, when I have my initial parent meeting, I tell my parents like it's all up to them. Honestly, like when I say that, I'm not saying like, hey, you can come tell me we do this and that. Nah, it's up to y'all on participation at practice. If we can average at least like a 20 to 22 piece at practice, every practice, and we can do whatever, right? And we can do whatever at my expense or the coach's expense. You see what I'm saying? Like we can do whatever, bro. But if we come and we're not prepared, we're not gonna go out there and play just to say we playing. Cause
Right.
like I was saying about that whole 50-point situation, it's a lose-lose, bro. You get out there and play. My coach be saying this all the time because last year we played almost everybody in the state for real. Uh, we played everybody minus Voodoo, right? And you look at other people's resumes, and a lot of them teams not on that. They resumes don't look near as ours, but
Right,
they
right.
get more credit for not playing than we do playing and losing. You see what I'm saying? Majority
Sure.
of every game we played was in a 6-point margin, right?
Hmm.
And we played everybody, right? Versus other teams that didn't play everybody that may got a win here or a win there, and now they looked at like when you talk about, hey, who's the top team? They like, oh, they the top team. They get the edge because they didn't play. So they like a loss is value away a little bit more than not playing.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's accurate. But let me finish reading these comments. All right, so he says some coaching put the players in the wrong spot on the field. He says they know the kid's skill. He says Coach Will. Um, Lowe says he says parents gotta help coaches develop the kids too
1,000%.
when they not at practice. He's Bill says he says coaches don't talk to high school football coaches before they go to high school coach.
Nah, that ain't. I mean, down here in Atlanta, a lot of the coaches talk to a lot of the high school coaches.
Hey, that's in California too, because they wanted to be a feeder. This is that's the OG Ducks whole little thing. That's why a lot of their players end up going to modern day.
Mm-hmm.
It says, is it actually possible for a coach to be truly developing kids on the youth level, but yet his team aren't consistent winners, or should development automatically equate to wins? There's a lot of factors that play into development. Nah,
You don't
because
have
it, it,
to
it
be developing your team.
it's
That's how I feel. The development don't always equate to wins because it's more
yes,
than it's more than the like. But people, you gotta understand. People go the teams that's not on that national level or that's not winning like that. You got to think about how many kids do they average at practice, so they can teach and develop.
for sure.
You know what I mean? You got to think about how many kids at that game. Like there be times where kids, like key kids, that's like play big roles, don't even show up for games, big games. See what I'm saying? So a lot of that stuff, but it's a lot of factors into that, like you just said. But I definitely don't feel like you have to be a winning team to be a more developing team because I witnessed teams that everybody respect and say one of the greatest. And I witnessed their kids don't know what they should know.
For sure.
So the development don't equate to the wins.
Yeah, and just like Coach was saying, right? Um, like Coach, like Bill was saying, like man, a lot of times they be putting them in the wrong spot. Like they playing out of their position, or like they shouldn't even be, playing wherever they put at.
More
Then
than
you
likely,
got
that kid probably don't even be at practice to know what that kid capable of.
yeah, that too, and that goes with the parents because I know, we talked about some of the mothers yesterday, but that'll be a difference between the mother and usually, you know, the mother he'd be like, man, I don't feel like going today, and this and that. She like, all right,
You
okay,
ain't
all right,
gotta go.
you ain't gotta go. He like, I don't care,
Nah, for real.
bro. You going to practice.
You going to practice.
You see what I'm saying? So it like, yeah, it ain't no sympathy there, but nah, you definitely it doesn't because me talking about this earlier is basically this situation. The development is being had by the teams who are not winning, and then those turn out to be the players that turn around to start over the ones who are on national teams.
Come on now.
So nah, it doesn't always equate, to wins. But eventually, they will because they'll be plucked in the system to where, everybody knows they part.
Facts.
So all right, he said, Pittsburgh in the building. All right, some 4 or 5 star players are raw
Facts.
talent for sure. Some of the top players get lost in high school, but their size, speed help them. Some coaches don't give a f. What 11U squad Drico got? ABA.
ABA.
Okay, he says, come through Pittsburgh Hill Rebels. He says, high district coach. So yeah, you Pittsburgh. Says a lot of players.
Coach Will got one. Coach Will, you know how the phones used to have them. They used to have them tags that you can put your name, whatever, at the end. Talking about Coach Will at the end, like Coach.
Yeah, man. Hey, I
Go
respect it
old
though.
school, man. Go old school.
Yeah. He said a lot of players don't stay together when they get to high school. He's like, and they play together in high school. Hey, here's the other factor that I totally forgot. And we can go ahead and I forgot to actually put every factor in today's time. You got people not like it's they lose they leaving on the loss,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's why I always say some parents loyalty lies within the win, right? As long as y'all win, they good. You lose, they gone. Then you got other factors with players not being developed, coaches not developing kids, and that's the one thing that I give Coach Mark credit for is they say that he don't really develop you know players that are not of that elite level. One thing I could say, man, is that even with the teams that has an elite level, he has made them better. So I don't have a problem with that. And not just that, a lot of them kids are going to the high school and they are successful. So, that's a good thing. So that's one thing to factor in, right? Parents not being loyal, are you know what, bro? I can't even get mad at parents not being loyal. I didn't seen coaches quit on players. I didn't see, bro. It just all messed up, bro. Cause I was
But
about to
them,
try to make a point that wasn't gonna be able to be made, bro.
yeah.
And I just had to realize that,
But
man.
that's what I say, bro. That's saying like you just saying them coaches that walked off on them kids shouldn't be coaching.
Ever.
Everybody should know, like, hey, that coach right there walked off on his kids. His last set of kids he walked off on. So I this not the place for me. And the organization's got to like, hey, this boy walked off on these people, man. Don't allow him to come be in your organization.
For sure, for sure. Hey, coach. So I do want to ask coach this question real quick. Hey, Coach Bill. Well, I think you're a coach. You say you coach, right? I would love to, know about your organization. So, man, we can set something up, man. Where you can come on if you want to. If not, that's cool too. But yeah, man. But yeah, that's all I got, Drico. I ain't really got too much, man. Too much more. So, anything that you want them folks to know, that's going on, the social media handle, like anything.
EYSN for the win.
EYS.
Follow us on all social media platforms, man. One EYSN, EYSN. That's how you can follow us and find us on every platform.
Absolutely, man. Hey, Drico, I appreciate you tuning in, bro. I definitely enjoyed the conversation. Got a lot of great perspective, different perspective in a way I didn't, look at things. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I appreciate you coming on. What do you
Appreciate you
think?
for having me.
He said, "What do you think?" He said, "What do you think about RDU 10U situation, Drico?"
RDU 10U situation. Say, what do you think about the RDU 10U situation? RDU 10U situation was tough, bro. I mean, after talking to Montana and hearing like it was more so about his coaches. That was tough. But I feel like he could have reached out to someone else and kind of try to put it together with other coaches that lacks a couple of the kids that they have. I feel like they could have put it together somewhere else instead of just giving it up.
Right.
And yeah, ABA definitely got to continue.
ABA got to tell you, Lo. He said now. He said now. Nowadays, backup players go harder for coaches for sure. And then he said, Amy said, she said, you got those coaches who back out of games because they know they're going to lose. Always
Just
some
like just like you got those parents that leave teams knowing that they was losing and going to a team to win. What's the difference?
for sure. But though, are those the players that get developed, or they just want the ring?
They just chasing rings, bro.
For sure.
Them
All
same
right.
people ain't come on, man.
Hey, Keisha said they need a game with y'all 10U.
Yeah, yeah, we got you. Coach Biggs. Coach Biggs the coach. It's the ABA paper route boys, 10U on Instagram. Real definitely coming back this year. Real been getting everything together, but Real definitely be back. You want to see Real? I know he'll definitely pop out. We I'm doing a live stream for we're doing a live stream for um Back to Football Classic July. Let me see. Shout out to that boy 300. Shout out boy Travis. He got the Back to Football Classic. That's July the. Let me get this exact date. 10th through the 13th. So Rail will definitely be announcing the games for that live stream.
Hey, Low always on here trying to get a game, bro. Hey, that's the one thing I can't say, man. Hey, them folks was definitely trying to play some games, man. Low,
Let Smyrna get some preseason work. Talking about with my team or with 10U or what?
yeah,
What
yeah. I think with your team.
Oh yeah, bring them out, bro. We at John A. White, bro. Pull up John A. White. We there Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, 6 to 8. Anybody want some work? Pull up.
All right, for sure. I think last one. Yeah, so you already answered the real one, right?
Yeah, Rail coming back.
All right, Keisha says, he says, send me the info. I'm looking for some preseason work for my whole organization. So y'all probably y'all still got y'all entire org. Well, I know it ain't the 13s or I don't think y'all doing the 13 this year.
Yes, we are.
Y'all are?
Yeah. Right now we got 6-13, bro.
Oh well, shit. Keisha wants some work then, man.
Yeah.
You say send the whole org, man.
We can set it up, Keisha.
He said, yep.
Say yep,
I
5-10.
definitely.
Yeah, we definitely right now I haven't saw a 5U. We do have like the coaches in place, but I just haven't seen those kids. You know, the 5U kind of start a little later. But I know for sure I've seen 6-10 for sure.
Yeah. Hey man. So let me see. Hey Rashawn, what are you doing? What you doing this shit? I mean this I guess are you doing the Warzone event? Hey, are you doing Warzone this year? Drico?
Yeah, man, the reigning champs got to come back and defend the throne.
Hey,
That's
hi,
that. The
hey,
people act like they forgot about that. They act like they forgot about Drake.
yeah, for real, bro. Hey, man, you know, we got to do a better job, man, at creating that, you know, that exposure, man.
I
'Cause
blame
they
DT, man.
definitely
DT got
forgot
to give
about
us
that.
some. DT got to give us a little bit more pub, man. He treat us like the step kids, man. It's all good. We'll
Yeah,
come back and win it again and do what everybody expect us not to do.
right. All right,
And to
last
set the
question
record
for you.
straight, bro, because like I said last time, it was a narrative being pushed that motherfuckers was scared to play and all that. But I can send you a screenshot of a text message that I sent head coach Batman from Voodoo and told them, hey, we want y'all Friday night. Then they went on the show with Warzone and said, man, we don't want to play no runners and this and that and the third, or they never want to play us and this, that, and that. Just to set the record straight.
Hey man, hey look, that's why it be important, man. Sometimes to set the record straight, bro. Because it like I always give, you know, I always try to give the opportunity, you know, for people to you know say they piece or whatever. But yeah, that's crazy, man. He said you duck, but T Steve say everybody ducking. He said you ducking. He says Coach Melvin is ducking. He says, yeah, we will be there. He said I spoke with DT about said about to get everything squared up. All right, yeah, we definitely will see you, man. We'll see you. But hey, man, I appreciate every last one of y'all, man. I thank y'all. Hey, hit that like button for me. Share it if you know if you want to also show a little bit more support. He says, go ask about me. But hey, man, I definitely need you to come back on here, Coach Melvin, because
What team he got?
he got the Houston. What is it? The Houston Wolfpacks.
Okay. What happened to that coach last year? That team. Before you get out of there, I know you're ready to go, man. But the team
Hey,
Wahoma,
honestly, I was getting ready to hang up. I mean, get off because you know, I thought that you was ready to get off.
the Wahoma 10, they was 9U last year. Where that team been? They've been pretty quiet this offseason.
Hold on, which team?
One that Wahoma, they was like the Jack Boys or
Oh,
something like
Oklahoma
that.
Jack Boys.
Yeah, they was a pretty solid team that played.
Man, shoot. Hey, man, Wahoma wasn't getting that love they deserve.
But see, that's it. Like they can't get caught up in that, bro. Like y'all had a good team. Y'all had a good run. Just keep playing.
Hey, man, this dude. Yeah,
And
bro.
while y'all at it, man, make sure y'all follow my team Instagram, man. 11U Atlanta Bulldogs. Uh, we accepting a couple more players, man, before we lock the roster up. You're gonna definitely come and get some good coaching, good teaching. Uh, be guided by a couple great fellas with business minds, like my boy Ken say. You definitely be led the right way. You come over there, you're gonna get developed for sure. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna do what we do. We're gonna put that ish on. Hey man, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun. Again, we ain't these other teams that run around here that done did this and that ain't never been to a Six Flags. So
I,
that
I
ain't had a banquet yet. You know what I mean?
I don't like how they putting that duck symbol on my guy Drico, man.
Oh, I'm out here. Pull up. We outside. We've been outside. We done played every team in the state for sure, at least twice. Like every year, we done played them. Some years we played them twice. Every team.
For sure.
There ain't a team out here that can't say we never played them, and it was because of me that we didn't play them.
Yeah. Man, this man say he can't get a game in Houston, man.
Get on that road, coach.
Yeah, I got a game for you in Florida, Duval Jags. Coach reached out to me, so.
It ain't nothing else closer than that can get bro a game. You got
Hey,
to way
man,
to
hey,
Duval to get a
if they
game, bro.
duck it out there, man. Hey, bro, hey, coach, you gonna have to come back on here, bro. Like we gotta figure this out, man. We gotta figure this out. Hey, he said, she says, if it walks like one. But look, I'm honestly, I'm gonna accept what Coach Drico said. He stated that basically that he wasn't going to be able to play the game until Friday. That was mainly the situation. He the one asked for the dang game.
No, I did the schedule for the state playoffs.
Yeah,
right?
what I'm saying. You the one
I
asked
did
for the
the
game.
schedule. I switched my team on that side.
Right.
Nobody asked me to do that. I did that. I simply called the coach and say, "Hey, sir, this is me to you. We're the only ones on this phone. It's Thanksgiving week. I got a couple of my guys going out of town. We don't want to play you guys without everybody. Everybody will be back Thursday night. Can't we just play Friday?" Blah 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 blah. Click. Damn. But I'm the reason. I'm the reason. And I get called all this and that because I asked a simple question like, "Hey, can we just switch the game from Wednesday to Friday because the game got changed Tuesday night at like 11 o'clock?" But I mean, hey, let these people think what they want to think. Let them feel how they want to feel. I definitely wish all these kids great success. I wish all these teams good luck and health throughout this entire season. I ain't a hater. I don't hate on nobody. So I'm out here to support, man. Whatever I can do, just hit me up.
All right, for sure, man. But yeah, like I said, I appreciate you. Thank you, Brody.
All right.
Hey, he says, hey man, y'all win that war zone for sure, bro. I'm gonna get that game for you. That's what I'm gonna do. Amy says, yeah, we had Thanksgiving plans around that Wednesday game. Yeah, nah, but he told me he literally put his name in y'all bracket and they ain't even had to do it. And Coach Batman didn't want to wait. So I could say that he wasn't really dunking. But yeah, man, I'm a little fatigued, man, when it comes to trying to make these games. That's not happening. So I'm gonna talk to Coach Melvin first, and then I'm gonna talk to Coach Pop, and then we definitely gonna get that game made. But I did suggest to Coach Pops that they win this war zone for sure, bro. That game gotta be played for sure, 100%. So after that, we good. We should be good. Amy said, and he also commented that that's why players they're gonna lose anyway. Oh, I didn't know he said that. Rashawn said it's a whole lot of noise. Says cats ain't trying to play. Um, let me find the screenshot. Yeah, Kelsey said it was good to Keisha. He says Pop got stipulations. So yeah, man. Hey, bro, let me know. Let me know. I talk to you behind the scenes, bro. It says, Lo says Smyrna willing to get some work with whomever. Hey, Lo, are y'all playing in the war zone? Is Smyrna playing in the war zone? Says, can you vouching for that? Vouching for what? I'm saying, bro, I'm saying what I was saying was to build the anticipation. Because you said the 12th or I think the 26th. And I was saying that you play, the war zone or something like that. You play in the war zone and then y'all win, bro. Y'all good. Like y'all play it, it builds the anticipation. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, it creates something for y'all to, look forward to. People to look forward to. The game to be big, the crowd to be huge, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Um, it says Friday night games. I think. Nah, I definitely ain't vouching for that. It says Ducktales. Says Ducktale might be heavy this year, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Friday night games. I think says we were trying to get a Friday game. Said we won't be able to play the whole tournament. Okay, so y'all trying to so basically y'all doing a showcase game. Says we having to win a game. I mean, I'm saying, bro. I'm saying, like, I'm thinking about building anticipation, bro. Like, I ain't all that other stuff, bro. I'm not even worried about it. Like, it's just me looking at it uh, uh from the perspective that it helps all parties. You feel what I'm saying? He says, but DT not messing with us. He says, I guess we not big enough. Nah, man. Nah, bro. Nah, I think DT will let y'all in for sure. I mean, if y'all trying to get in, I mean, cause I don't know if y'all got the time, coach, to play in the war zone. If so, bro, I can for sure get y'all like a schedule if y'all want to play in there. He says, man, it's already created. He says the game is already the biggest. It'll be bigger. That's what I try to tell you. So yeah, just I keep in contact with you, Keisha, to see like just depending on if y'all want to play the whole tournament. If not, then I'll let it be what it is. T3 ain't feeling it. He said get Pop on. He's still trying to add players. Yeah, you want to still add players. It's early in the season. He gonna probably lose some players, which you probably lose some players, and then they're gonna add some players. So I mean that's not an uncommon thing. It's not an uncommon thing, but man, this is my last time. I promise, bro. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, but I had to read all the comments before I log off. That's just my appreciation to y'all. And I thank y'all for giving me y'all time to support the channel. That's all I got. He said we can play Friday, but can't commit to a whole weekend. Got you, got you. All right. So you're saying that y'all not even in it at all, but you can do the Friday. All right, bet. So I definitely let him know about it, so we'll get that game for sure. But all right, y'all be